Hello everyone, my name is Sumit Goyal and I welcome all of you to bisptrainings.com. This is my first video in the series implementing JavaScript in Visualforce. In this video, I will be going to tell you how to use a JavaScript coding inside a Visualforce in a Salesforce. So let's move on to the scenario. So my scenario is that I would like to show an alert message if the user left the account name and phone number blank in a Visualforce page. I would like to make it mandatory. So as you can see here in this picture that I have added two fields over here, account name and phone number, and I would like if the user leave these fields blank, so it will show an error message in an alert message, and if both the fields are entered by the user, it will save the account number and phone number inside the account object, which is over here into this account object. So let's move on to Salesforce and see how it works. And see how to do this. So first of all, let me open my Salesforce. So I have already opened my Salesforce over here, and I'm going to create one Apex page over here. So let me create one Apex page. So let's say I have created one Apex page. I'm using the URL method of creating an Apex page over here, or a Visualforce page over here. So that is test page 38. Click on this link. It will create a test page 38 for you, and it will give some default coding. As you can see here, there is a symbol over here. With the help of this symbol, we can see the coding part of this particular Visualforce page. So I eliminate the previous coding now, and I'm going to write my own code. So here, first of all, I add a controller, and the controller name I give as a sample. Let's say sample 1. And here I would like to add my Visualforce programming. So Apex :form, and I give one ID is equal to FRM. Inside this Apex form, in this form, I would like to create one Apex action which is associated with this particular form. So action function, and what action it will do. As you can see here, the attributes, it's an attribute, and this attribute is a value. It will take the Apex page dot action. So what will be the action? So action is equal to, I write over here, action is equal to submit. Submit is the action or the function which will be going to call over here. And here I will give a name, and name is equal to call submit. And re-render, I would like to re-render page block because I want to refresh the page block. That's why I have used a re-render over here. Now what I'm going to do is I will be going to create one page block over here, Apex page block, and assign an ID to this page block. ID is equal to page block. In this page block, I'm going to create one page block section, Apex :page block section, and I'll assign one ID to this section. ID is equal to page block section ID. And in this page block section, I'm going to create one Apex page block section item. So I create here Apex :page block section item, because I need to create items. As you can see here, we have items over here. So like if I'll show you, these are the items: account name, and it's a text box, phone number, and it's a text box. So all these are items. So I need to create 4 items over here. So I'm going to create 4 items. So in first item, I'm going to create one output label. So I write here Apex :output label, and it's a self-closing tag. It will be a self-closing tag. So I remove this and self-close it here. And what will be the value of that label? Value is equal to account name. Then I will be going to create second section item. So again, I'll copy paste this section item over here, and this will be one Apex : and this will be input text. So I use it input text over here, input text, and what will be the value attribute, and its value is, I'll assign a name over here, NAM, name, and I'll assign one ID is equal to this, and ID is equal to NAM. And along with this, I'm going to assign one ID to this section item also. So I assign one ID is equal to page block section item 1. Now, as I told you that I need to show here 4 items. So this is, we have 2 labels and 2 input fields. So I'm going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy paste. It will save the time. So I copy paste it over here and I'll change it over here. So this will be phone number and I'll change it to page block section item 2. This will be, I give it phone 1 and this will be phone. So once I'm done with this, after this page block section, I'm going to add a button over here. So apex colon page block buttons, and in this button, I'm going to add one command button. So command button value is equal to insert, and on click on. So this will be the function which I want, which this is the JavaScript function which I want to call it when I click on a button over here. So I call this function over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a JavaScript over here. So I write over here script and type is equal to text slash JavaScript and slash script. And in this script, first of all, I'm going to create the same function which I have called it over, or which I want to call it over here. So my function name is validate. So right here function validate, this will be the function, and in this function I would like to access this particular field over the name, this particular field over there, and check if it is blank, both the fields, name and phone number. So I would like to call it over here. So how to write it over here? I write if document dot get element by ID, and here I call dollar component dot frm dot page block section dot page block section item 1 dot nam bracket dot value equal blank. If it is blank, I would like to show an alert message. So I give alert message here. Account name is mandatory, and same thing I would like to check for the phone number also. So I'll copy paste the same thing and I check it should be 2 and it should be phone 1 over here. Sorry, we need ID over here, so I use ID over here, phone and value. So I'll change it to account and phone number is mandatory, and if both the fields are entered by the user, so and the else, what I would like to do, I would like to call a function submt, and this function, the functionality of this function I'm going to implement in the controller, in this controller sample 1, and at this to call submt, and I want to show one alert message, that alert that account has been created. Now if I'll save this, it will show an error message that the controller does not exist. The sample1 apex class does not exist. So I need to click on this link to create the apex class. So I click on this and it will create one apex class over here. Now I click on this sample1, and in this sample1 or in this apex class, I'm going to implement my functionality. So first of all, I'm going to create the object of an account class, the object of account class over here, and here I'm going to create variables also, string phone1. Now this phone1, the variable which we have entered over here, like you see this, these phone1 and this name. So these two variables, they does not exist in the these variables does not exist in the account object. We need to create these variables, so we need to initialize these variables over here. So I write get and set, same for name. So I'll copy paste and name and get set, and now I would like to, as you can see here, we have called a function over here called submit. So basically this call submit means it will call a function over here. So which function it will be going to call? As you can see here in this, we have created an action submt. So I'm going to implement the functionality for submt. So right here, public void submt, and in this I would like to update the record into account object. So name and acc.phone is equal to phone1 and insert acc. Now I'm going to save this. So if there is any error, it will show the error over here, else it will run it properly. Now let's simply click on insert button. So when I click on insert button, you can see here it is showing an error message, account number is mandatory. And if I click on OK, it will show that phone number is mandatory because both the fields are blank. So now if I enter account number over here, let's say Jack Machines, and insert phone number 80809074 and click on insert. So I've got a message, account has been created. Now if we click on account object, let's go and check whether this Jack Machines and with this phone number has been created or not. So as you can see here, the account name has been created over here with Jack Machines. And if I'll open this, I can see the phone number is updated, which we have entered over here. So this is how to implement a JavaScript in a Visualforce. So this is my first video in this series. I will be coming up with some more videos and some interesting topics that how using JavaScript in a Visualforce. Please subscribe our YouTube channel for watching more videos. If you have any questions, you can visit our website or you can write an email to us. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.